Today we're going to bring in the G502 mouse. Now it's a Logitech gaming mouse and it has a great features that you can include in here, and we're going to take a look at it. But first of all, let's go ahead and open it up. All right, let's take a look at the actual mouse, and they give you the actual a place to go actually download the driver. You're not going to need the driver. It's plug and play, but it has great features if you download the Logitech pattern systems for the actual mouse. And there's a lot of great features you can do. You can control the RGB lighting, you can control the FPS, and you can control a lot of the movements and the clicking and stuff like that. So you need to download the application. That's kind of like a mandatory thing. If you're going to be gaming, it's a lot of great features you can add. You can actually manipulate some of the buttons too and change them to your settings, and then also save them for the game that you're going to be playing. There's a lot of great features that you need to go in there and download it and take a look. So they give you a big old sticker. Logitech sticker is the G, and they give you the manual and how to connect it. Just a plug and play, and really just gives you an actual pattern where to actually download the application too. So the cord itself is pretty long, and of course this is not a wireless mouse, it's tether. So if you're going to be gaming and you want that extra movements and stuff like that, you need to be on wire. You can't be wireless. Now the great thing about this is that they give you a weight sets. All right, so the mouse is a little heavy as it is, but you could actually include more of it. As you can see, they give you the actual patterns in here. We're going to open it up in a bit, but before that, we're going to take a look at the actual wheel itself. It's a little smooth. It runs a little smooth, of course, but then you could click it and it glides. All right. So when you run it, you could feel like a little like feedback, but when you actually click it here and it runs, like if you want to check down way at the pages and if you're browsing, you just hit that button and go. So we're going to stop it here. And of course, they give you a couple buttons here. They give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6, 7, and this one too is the actual mouse. It's an actual button too. People forget about that. Now the pattern itself, it wraps around your hand perfectly, and we're gonna take a look at it and we're gonna compare it with a 900 too. So you can see they're both tethering. Now this one right here, a lot of people like to use this feature when you're playing a game that you're sniping and you want to hold your breath and stuff like that, or hold that movement. They push that button and lowers down your actual you could actually hack certain things and add certain features to go ahead and slow you down on that kind of movement. So I like that feature that they have it there. And there's other features. I actually used it for when I was playing PUBG to hold down the breath and then take it a shot. That's pretty much when you're sniping. That's what a lot of professionals do. They have their own patterns, their own layers, their own setups. I like that it's really smooth, but then these edges, if you guys can see, I'm a little closer. This is actually a little rubbery, and it's a little it's not slippery, so it's good for gripping, right? And it wraps around on this area, on this pattern too. You see the 900. Now underneath the actual mouse, you're gonna see something that the 900 doesn't have. On this one, you actually can open it up, and this is where all the weights are gonna be added. We're going to add them all in here, so we don't have to lose them or move them around. But right now as it is, it's a little heavy, but you could pretty much standardize it to however you want. If you guys can see, I'm using the 900 actually for this computer that we currently have. Now besides the size, they're a little bit smaller. If you guys can see it, the 900 is a little smaller compared to 502, but the 502 has a little wing tip here, and this is actually a really good one for you could actually rest your thumb in there. All right, so right now they give you all these weights in here, and you just have to open it up in the corner, and this is magnet. It has a magnet built in here, and you just add your patterns how you want. Right now currently we have these patterns that go as you can see, they kind of wrap around it, and we're going to follow the same routine. So let's go ahead and do that. Take out the pattern. So they're little, and on these two, we're going to put them in the back here. If you can see one in the back, and then all we have to do is finalize it, close it. And that's pretty much it. All right, let's take a look at the actual system itself. So if you download the application, you get a bunch of things. These are the things I currently have right now. I have the Yeti, I have the Brio, and then I have the Hero, the 502 Hero, which is this mouse that I currently have. And right now, if you guys can see, it shows a little pattern in there. These are all by the Logitech. They're all made brands, but and anything you add in here, keyboards, mouse, and pretty much all the accessories will show up in here. So great manipulations you make and changes. So I'm going to click on the mouse itself, and it takes you to all the patterns. Right now we're running at 1200, but you could increase the actual DPI speeds to even higher if you want. Now there's a couple of features that you need to know. The sync lights, these are actually you could change the patterns. If you don't like what you currently have, you could change it to different ratings, different sync lights. There's a bunch of different items you can do, and effects, of course. And of course, right now we have it in Cycle, but you could download and change it, brightness, rate. You know, you could manipulate pretty much anything. Assignment. Let's go to assignment. This is a great feature because this is where all the keys actually change. Right now we have them as default, but then you can actually change them to their settings, which is called G Shift, and it's going to increase some of the DPIs, some of the primary clicks, but double clicking is going to be faster. So this is what they have, and they even lined it up here so you can actually understand some of the features. But right now we're going to keep it as a default. As you can see, everything came out to primary, secondary, and so on forth. So like I said, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons that you can change in here and have different modifications. Of course, every game that you play, it's going to be a little different, so you want to make sure you could save some of the profiles too. And that's pretty much what you can see on this. It's a great items that you can do and great changes you make. You could always start back to default too. So hope you guys enjoyed the video.